Wait, can we?
Okay, just hold this. Hang on, just hold this.
This is great. Nobody's on Sounds good. Okay. Just today. Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. Welcome to Cedar Manor. Before we begin, I'd like to pass out 3 books. These 3 books are a little primer for our junior play, The Canticle of the Sun, written by Dale Alquist, having G.K. Chesterton being the biographer of the great work, St. Francis of Assisi. Now, to give these out, there's 3 people I'd like to give them out to today. One had a birthday yesterday. If you had a birthday yesterday and your son is in this play, please raise your hand. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Mary. Happy birthday to you. Thanks, Roger. The second book I'd like to give out is to Miss Kimberly Desitel. She is our Grace President. It's not your birthday, but I know when it is, and I won't say when. And last but not least, to Mrs. Casey, the director's mother. Not only did she let me get a lot of great plants this summer from her awesome garden, but she's done a lot of incredible work to get this off the ground, our second sophomore play. Thank you. So, without further ado, welcome to our final night of Bad Manners at the Manor.
Understand, Allison, that his lordship has one of the largest private libraries in the country.
Yes, Mr. Weisenheimer. That's why I'm so interested in the job. The collection is world famous. You must be very sad for retiring, but leaving all sorts of bonds behind.
It's just a lot of books, if you ask me.
Has anyone else applied for the job?
Yes, one other applicant.
Only one? But it's such a wonderful library.
It's just a lot of books, if you ask me.
Did Lord Heading inherit the collection?
No. His lordship has purchased everything he owns, including his lordship.
How did he make all of his money?
You don't know?
No.
What kind of librarian are you? Don't you do your research?
Oh,
Florin, the rhododendron in the library appears to be dead.
That's probably on account of the fact that it is dead.
Well, what do you intend to do about it?
Give it a proper burial, I suppose.
Why is it, Florin, that all the plants in the house do so poorly? You're obviously a good gardener. The grounds are superb and the outdoor plants thrive.
That's because plants were made to be outside. They weren't made to be inside. They go inside to die.
I intend to die inside, Florin, but hopefully I'll last longer than one of your plans.
Good morning, Lord Henning. This is Allison June. She's applying for the position of librarian.
Mr. Eisenhower, are you sure you want to retire?
Yes, quite sure.
But why would you want to retire? Give me one good reason.
I can give you 2 good reasons. Because I don't really like books, and you don't pay me enough.
That's only one reason. If I paid you more, you'd love books. I hope you care more about books than you do about money. Do you have any references? I just asked my brain for references. What do I write? Miss Grudge.
Yes, Lord Heading?
Miss Grudge. Wait, Florin, where are you going?
Back outside?
Florin, the plants in the master chambers look parched.
The master chambers? Don't you mean your bedroom?
Parched.
They're cacti. That's plural for cactus. Parched is part of the look. They don't need to be watered for another 3 years.
What's that?
You want a plant here? That's a plant.
But what is it?
A creeping nematode.
What?
It's a gladiator.
What are you talking about?
who are about to die salute you.
Go back outside.
That's just right, sir.
Did you want me, Lord Henry?
Miss Grutch, did I have an appointment this morning for something?
Yes.
Well,
An interview with the reporter.
that's right, not a reporter, a gossip columnist. Is it too late to cancel?
He's already here.
Go keep her occupied for a while.
Occupied?
Yes, occupied. Talk to her. But don't tell her anything.
Talk to her, don't tell her anything.
Or just show her something interesting. Keep her busy.
Something interesting.
Oh, never mind. I need to talk to Ronnie Downs. He's here, right?
Ronnie Dons?
My attorney.
Yes, I know. What about him?
Is he here? No, I mean, have you seen him?
No.
But when you see him, send him up to my study. And tell Leah to come and join us for an important meeting.
Leah?
Leah, my niece, what's the matter with you? Tell her to come to my study right away.
Yes, Lord Henry.
And tell Leah not to talk to that reporter.
And not say anything.
No, not even talk to her, got it?
Got it.
Ronnie Down can talk to her because he won't tell her anything.
So, should I send Ronnie Don to talk to the reporter?
No, send Ronnie Down up to the study.
Anything else?
Have you seen Sophia yet this morning?
Sophia?
My fiance?
Yes, your fiance. No, I haven't seen her. I imagine she's still sleeping. Do you want me to wake her up and have her come to the meeting too?
No, I shouldn't be able to sneak up to my study without her seeing me.
Anything else, Lord Henry?
No, you've got all that, right?
Oh, what?
Just do the few things I told you to do.
That's what I was going to do.
So, when are you leaving and when do you start?
Oh, actually, there's one other applicant.
Oh, bother, take care of it then. Get someone who can get started right away. We've got to finish cataloging that library. I can't find anything in there. What's the point of having a library? What's the point of having a librarian?
It doesn't look like I'll be getting a retirement party with a gold watch and cake, so you still want the job?
Oh yes, yes I do. But I don't think I made a very good impression on Lord Henning.
I don't think Lord Henning made a very good impression either. But then again, he knows. Come, let's go see the library.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Leisenheimer. I can't wait.
It's just a lot of books if you ask me.
So, what's this all about, Ronnie Dallant?
Your uncle has rewritten his will, Leah. Or rather, he intends to rewrite it. He wishes to discuss the matter with you.
Why would he rewrite his will? I'm his only relative in the entire world.
Of course you are.
His only sister, my dear late mother, practically raised him. He practically owed everything to her.
Practically.
So why wouldn't he leave everything to me?
Why indeed, Leah? I'm sure you have nothing to fear. You're on good terms with your uncle after all.
Speaking chirps, that counts for something, certainly.
Certainly.
And I wish him no harm, which certainly sets me apart from the rest of humanity. Wouldn't you agree?
Well, as Lord Henning's attorney, I can only speak on behalf of Lord Henning. I cannot speak on behalf of the rest of humanity.
I certainly hope that nothing would happen to my dear uncle that would seem untimely.
Tragedy is always untimely. And yet, if it didn't happen at just the right time, it wouldn't be tragic.
Like luck, I suppose.
Timing is everything.
What do you hope to get out of this, Ronnie Dallant, other than your fees?
Leah, I'm just an attorney. I have no greater aspiration than my fees. Leah, we're supposed to go meet your uncle up in his study right now.
I'll be there.
Leah, you're supposed to have a meeting with your uncle and Ronnie Don does the study.
I know.
Well, then what are you doing here?
Sometimes I wish there were two of me, so I could send the other to do the unpleasant things.
But how would you know which one is really you?
Never mind, Miss Grudge.
There they are, and right where I left them.
Hello.
Oh, weren't you supposed to go up to the study?
I didn't know that.
I suppose Miss Grudge didn't tell you.
I haven't seen Miss Grudge.
Well, you're supposed to go up to the study and talk to the lawyer this morning. first person? You haven't talked to anybody all this morning?
Why no, I just came in right now.
Well, Ronnie Down is probably waiting for you up in the study, but nobody tells me anything. Why should they?
Well, thank you very much.
Why, you're welcome.
Do you need any help with those books?
No, but thank you. It's so nice to see you show such politeness. To me, I certainly didn't think you cared about the library.
The library? Why, of course I care about the library.
What a surprise coming from you.
It's certainly one of the most important features of Cedar Manor. Everyone knows that.
It's just a lot of books if you ask me.
Sounds like you don't care about the library.
Did you at least get an audition for me?
Not yet.
What about my career? You said you were going to get me a part in a movie.
The right part hasn't come along yet.
Well, nothing's going to come along here. You have to go and get it.
Sophia, I think you got up too early. Why don't you go back to bed?
It's the only place I can go. I can't go anywhere else. I'm practically a prisoner here.
Look, I've asked you to marry me. What more do you want?
To get actually married.
Although that was not a split infinitive, there was still something wrong with that sentence.
I can do good sentences. Give me a good script with a movie attached to it.
I haven't seen any good scripts.
Why can't you hire someone to write a good script?
Because that costs money,
But you have money.
but I won't have it if I keep spending it.
You're going to spend money on our wedding, aren't you?
Sophia,
Soon.
Sophia.
I'm tired of being just engaged.
Or maybe we should disengage.
Penny!
Don't.
How could you even say something like that?
Sophia.
The only way to end actually an engagement is with a wedding.
Yes, we'll get married.
You've carried me off to your castle. Now I'm ready to begin happily the ever after.
We will.
When?
As soon as I work out a few matters.
Matters?
Matters that don't matter to you. Now why don't you run along? Go look at some magazines or something. I've got a meeting with Ronnie Down.
Oh. Good morning, Sophia.
Good morning, Leah.
That's the magazine I was looking at.
Is it? It looks like I'm looking at it now.
Up early, I see.
It's not that early.
It's before noon.
The way you make it sound, something's wrong to sleep.
Way you make it sound. There's just something wrong with the way you make it sound.
I need my sleep.
What for?
I'd say something you don't understand if it was beauty.
You're right, I don't understand that. I think all you're sleeping is a form of denial.
No, it isn't.
See,
What do you mean by that?
my uncle is never gonna marry you.
That's not true.
Denial.
It's not.
More denial.
It's not.
As you know it.
I don't.
Wake up, Sophia.
I am awake. You just said so yourself.
We're still dreaming.
You're just jealous.
Of what?
That he loves me?
He doesn't love you.
Are you saying that what you're calling him is a liar?
Has he ever told you he loves you?
He asked me to marry him, didn't he?
So he's never told you that he loves you.
I know what he told me, and I know what I'm saying.
What are you saying?
I'm saying that I'm going to tell him you called him a liar.
I wouldn't do that if I were you. But then again, if I were you, I probably would.
You're the person who's worst in the world. Worse than he is. That's what I mean by worst. How'd you change so fast? Never mind.
Perfect. I'm glad you're here. I want to interview you too.
You're Susie, the gossip columnist.
Not a very endearing way of describing me and my profession, dearie.
But that's what you are.
True, but no one actually calls me that to my face.
You probably should have said that.
You needn't worry, dearie. It's the things you probably shouldn't say that I'm most interested in hearing you say.
I'm curious as to why you wanted to interview me. Why don't we just get started, shall we? So, Lord Henry, is it true that wedding bells are going to be ringing for you in the near future?
Didn't I just have this conversation?
And what can you tell us about the major starring role you've landed for Sophia Capella?
Yes, I'm sure I just had this conversation.
Is there anything interesting you can tell us about the library?
Susie, your readers don't care about libraries. Your readers can't even read.
That reminds me, I need to get some pictures. Can you ask Sophia where something shopping and we'll get some shots down by the pool? You do a pool, don't you?
It's a reflecting pool. I wouldn't get too near it if I were you.
How much did you pay for Cedar Manor?
Too much.
And how much is too much? Some people would say you have too much money.
Good question. How much is too much?
I have lots of good questions. Now how about some good answers?
Do you have any idea why I agreed to do this interview?
No idea at all.
Neither do I.
Hey, Lord Henry, let me let you in on something. You need to live with me.
And why is that?
Isn't it obvious? Everyone hates you.
And what is it you suppose they hate? My wealth? My intelligence? My sophisticated taste? My beautiful fiance? My amazing library?
I think it's probably your humility.
I've got nothing to be humble about.
Don't be so certain, Lord Henry. I can certainly write a column that will humiliate you.
Humiliation and humility are two different concepts, Easy.
I'll let my discerning readers figure out which is which.
The most that your discerning readers can manage are the captions under the photographs.
That reminds me. Can I get some photos of you in the library?
That's actually a good idea, but it'll have to be this afternoon when the light comes into the western windows.
How much is your library worth? In fact, while we're on the topic, how much is Cedar Manor worth?
The number, CZ, wouldn't fit into your narrow column.
Oh, really?
Really? Now, if you'll excuse me, I have some business matters to take care of. We can finish this interview after lunch.
The interview might finish you, Lord Henning.
What's that supposed to be?
Can't answer that now. You have business to attend to. We'll continue the interview after lunch. It'll give you some time to come up with better answers than the ones I've heard so far.
It will give me some time to remember why I could have possibly agreed to do this interview in the first place.
Oh, I'm sorry.
What are you doing down here? Aren't you supposed to be up in the study with Brian Dowland?
I was just up there and no one was there. I said maybe it was a study.
Why wouldn't it be a study? What a ridiculous thing to say.
Probably shouldn't have said that.
What's the matter with you? What's the matter with everyone?
Does he always treat you like this?
Well, so far, yes, but that's not a fair question.
I don't ask fair questions.
Did you want to interview me now?
Sure, why not? For starters, where'd he get all this money? Heading? Who else would I meet?
He actually doesn't have any money.
What? He doesn't have any money? How did he manage to buy Cedar Manor?
I'm not sure he did manage.
What are you saying? He doesn't have any money? He didn't buy Cedar Manor?
He doesn't have money. He owes money.
This is hot. Tell me more.
Well, the interesting thing is that he does own Cedar Manor, even if he didn't buy it. At least not with the money that he borrowed.
I didn't understand any of that.
It's complicated. Do you know anything about the history of Cedar Manor?
Give me the really short version. The 1450 edition.
Cedar Manor was originally owned by the notorious Blackjack the Jack.
Blackjack the Jack? You gotta be kidding me. Sounds like the name of a gambler. Or a pirate.
He was sort of a pirate, but not one of those. And not a gambler, but a dealer. I think that's why he got the name Blackjack. Though none of his deals were legal because he'd sell things that he didn't own. So even though he acquired the land and built Cedar Manor, he was never able to actually live there.
Why not?
He would have been arrested if he were to set foot on the place. He was always running from the law.
Then why did he build this place?
I think he thought he'd eventually outrun the law, and then he'd come back and live here.
This history lesson is getting too long. You're not telling me how Blackjack or Lord Henry got the estate from Blackjack the Jack.
He didn't get it from Blackjack the Jack.
Death be not proud.
CZ, probably shouldn't be here.
Sounds like you can't be anywhere. Say, that's a much better look for you. How'd you change so fast?
What?
I should get some pictures of you.
Why would you want pictures of me?
Because you're the new focus of my column.
Oh, really? So my uncle's talked to you about my inheritance?
Not that that matters anymore.
Well, why should it matter?
Why don't you let me ask the questions, dearie?
My uncle told me not to talk to you,
I can see why, but you've already told me quite enough.
but I haven't told you anything.
Come, let's get some pictures done by the reflecting pool.
I like that. And then you can get two of me in one picture.
Two of you? Oh, I get it. The reflecting pool. Two of you. Very good.
Oh, Lauren.
Yes?
My uncle asked me to complain to you.
Can't he complain himself instead of having you do it for him?
He said the study was too musty, or was it crusty, or rusty? Something usty. What do you suppose it was?
Trusty?
Dusty, Lauren. Dusty.
Oh, imagine that.
Anyway, take care. No sense of making Uncle unhappy.
Why do you suppose he insists on making everyone else unhappy?
Now, Lauren, Uncle is very sweet. It's just that his sweetness is subtle. Like your housekeeping abilities.
I keep the floors clean, that's where the dirt is.
I think you've destroyed more floors than you've cleaned.
I'm Dusty!
Yes, I can see that.
How did you change so fast?
I did realize I had changed.
How could you not realize it?
I just came down here to tell someone that there's no one in the study, and I'm going to the library.
The library? No, wait, I have to dust there first.
What are you doing back down here again? I thought I told you to go up to the study.
Yes, you did, but I wanted to go to the library. There's no one in the study.
Listen to me. Go up to the study and stay there. And don't leave until I get there. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Wow. She's never called me sir before. Miss Grudge.
Yes, Lieutenant?
Miss Grudge, did you ever find Ronnie Dowland?
Yes, I sent him down to the pool.
To the pool? I want him up in the study with Leah.
But Leah's not cool.
No, she's not. I just sent her up to the study. Go down to the pool and get Ronnie down and send him up to the study too. That's what you were supposed to do in the first place.
That's what I did do in the first place, I think.
And then send Paul in here. I have to talk to him about lunch and dinner.
Yes, Lieutenant.
It's not one thing.
Penny!
It's another.
Penny, Penny!
I told you not to call me that.
Penny, your niece said horrible things to me.
Now, Sophia, I'm sure she didn't mean them.
Oh, she meant them with meaning.
Why don't you go back to bed?
You know what I think?
Not much.
She wants you to get rid of me.
Now, why would she want that?
Because she just wants all your money, and she's afraid that
Don't
if you marry
even
me...
attempt to finish that sentence.
But Penny!
That's it.
What's it?
I told you not to call me that. The wedding is off.
Off?
Off.
There was never going to be a wedding. Your niece was right. You are a liar.
My niece said I was a liar?
You wanted to see me, Lord Henning?
Yes, Paul, I wanted to talk to you about the pasta.
How can you talk about food at a time like this?
Because it's almost lunchtime?
You're worse than a person. You're worse than a beast. I hate you.
She seems upset.
Never mind about her, Paul. I told you before that if you're going to have a tomato base with pasta sauce, you have to use fresh ingredients. Yesterday, it tasted suspiciously like ketchup.
That's because ketchup tastes suspiciously like tomato.
Let's stick with the formaggio sauce on our pasta from now on.
You want macaroni and cheese?
I'd be too afraid you'd serve it still in the box.
I heard cardboard was an excellent source of roughage.
Is there any reason I shouldn't fire you, Paul?
You want a new reason? Because remember, you've already fired me several times.
Yes, I remember.
But you always rehire me.
And why is that? Maybe because your food makes it so easy for me to keep my trim in excellent figure.
Because no other chef will work for you.
Then why do you?
Because I'm hoping to poison you someday.
I think you've poisoned me several times already.
Not on purpose. It's not my fault I serve you such rancid food. You insist on fresh ingredients, but your kitchen budget prevents me from getting any fresh ingredients. The freshest ingredients we have are past their expiration dates. In fact, their expiration dates are ancient history.
Paul, you're fired.
Very well, my lord. Shall I leave today or wait a few more days until you rehire me?
Pack your bags and take your dull knives with you. Miss Grudge.
Yes, Lord Henning?
Miss Grudge, give Paul a salary plus 2 weeks. He's terminated.
Terminated in 2 weeks. Got it.
Maybe I'll see if Florence can cook something for dinner.
Lauren, the housekeeper and gardener?
Unless you can hire a new chef before dinner.
Lauren can't even dust. What makes you think he can cook?
You can't be that much worse than Paul. Wait, we need lunch first. Paul, make us lunch before you pack your things, then get out of here.
You mean you want to rehire me?
No, you're still fired, starting after lunch.
No, that wasn't the deal. I was fired now, and I got my contract plus 2 weeks.
I changed my mind.
Oh, did you? Well, I'll leave an address where you can find me.
So you're not going to make lunch first?
Not without a new contract.
I'll tell you what, you're fired, and I'm not giving you your salary, nor the 2 weeks.
Hey, you can't do that.
Miss Grudge, show Paulo.
I can find my own way out. You'll pay for this.
Go tell Flora to stop dusting and start cooking.
Got it.
Aloha! Hola! Ciao.
Mr. Stats, what are you doing here?
Just stopping by, trying to be a good neighbor.
You live 5 miles from Cedar Manor.
5 miles from Cedar Manor, yes, but my home is right next to the border of your state. I'm your closest neighbor, you know.
Yes, I know. You have told me many times.
Any interest in buying my house, enlarging your holdings? After all, my property was once part of the original estate.
So you've told me many times.
I might be interested in selling.
I told you before, I don't want to buy your trashy little house.
But what an eyesore it must be.
I never have to look at it. It's too far away.
But doesn't it just aggravate you that it's even there, right next to your gorgeous, stately property?
I don't lose any sleep over it. In fact, I don't even think about it unless you bring it up.
I do have someone interested in renting my little parcel.
What?
Renting the property.
What? Who? What for?
An auto dealership.
That's impossible. No auto dealership could possibly consider it. They need visibility.
Not the auto dealership that I'm working with. They don't sell new autos. They don't even sell complete autos. They sell auto parts.
What?
Used. Bad used.
That sounds like...
Sounds like you heard me. A junkyard. They can park directs all over my place and pile them as high as they want. I'm sure you won't mind since, as you point out, I'm 5 miles away.
But that's adjacent to my estate.
Oh, is it? I hadn't thought of that. I hope you don't mind.
I'll ruin you, even though you're already ruined.
Lord Henning, I'm willing to negotiate. But the prices went up.
You know I'll never buy your little dump, Mr. Stats, no matter how high you pile the cars. But I'll be happy to sue you.
But my only asset is my property, which you apparently think is worthless. And of course, since it is my homestead, you can't take it away from me. And of course, since it is part of the original estate, it remains free and clear, and you can't make any claims against it. But what you can do is buy it. It's for sale, you know. Did I mention the prices went up? Again?
I'll find a way to stop you from doing this. You won't win. I've got a good lawyer.
I didn't realize there were good lawyers.
Mr. Stats, I didn't get to brag by being nice to people.
Lord Henning, I'm not interested in you being nice. I'm interested in you writing me a big check.
So you want to be my enemy? Fine.
Neighbors always do make the best enemies, but it doesn't have to end that way. It ends with us not being neighbors anymore, because I'll move out after you buy my property.
Mr. Stats, even though I'm going to detest you more and more with each passing moment, I'm not going to throw you out of here just yet.
Oh, how thoughtful of you. Should I stay for lunch?
You can try, but I just hired a cook. I would, however, like you to stay. I'm going to be making an announcement I think you'll be interested to hear.
Oh, little Leah, how big you've gotten.
Mr. Stats, why do you act like you know me? Like you've ever known me?
Well, of course I know you. How silly of you to think otherwise. Now, tell me, Leah, what would you do with Cedar Manor if, perchance, you should happen to inherit it?
That's no business of yours, Mr. Stats.
We'd be neighbors. I'd be your closest neighbor.
Mr. Stats, should that day ever come, we won't be neighbors for long. If I ever owned Cedar Manor, the first thing I would do with it is dispose of it. I can't wait to get out of this godforsaken place.
Oh, I didn't realize God forsakes places. I guess you know more about God than I do.
Let's leave God out of it, shall we?
Since you obviously believe God has left us out of it. Now, tell me, Leah, any interest in enlarging your holdings? Acquiring adjacent property, perhaps?
Mr. Stats, though I have very little in common with my uncle, we are in complete agreement on the matter of your property. 0 interest!
0 interest? Are we talking in terms of a loan? 0 interest is quite attractive.
0 interest in your property, Mr. Stats. He's not interested. I'm not interested.
But I understood just now that you might be interested in selling Cedar Manor.
And what's that got to do with you?
I might be interested in buying.
Why do you insist on wasting other people's time? You could never possibly afford to buy Cedar Manor.
Maybe at 0 interest I could. It would only be right. Usury is a sin, you know.
You keep bringing God into this.
You don't want to talk about God. Wait. He does tend to insinuate himself into things, doesn't he?
You're an extremely irritating person.
Neighbors do tend to rub off on each other, I suppose.
Would you stop talking about being our neighbor?
You don't want to talk about God, and you don't want to talk about being neighbors. The 2 things that happen to be the topic of the 2 great commandments. You are aware, I hope, of the commandment to love your neighbor as yourself. If you were to obey that one, it seems, you would love me quite a lot. Though, not as much as your uncle would love me. Think of that, loving me as much as you love yourselves. Can't you just feel the love?
Don't say anything to me about where I'm supposed to be.
Miss Grudge, is something wrong?
I think so.
Well, then fix it. I'm not interested in things being wrong.
Maybe something's wrong with me.
Then I'm even less interested. Just leave your personal problems out of my business.
Got it.
Now get everyone in here. I'm going to be making an announcement.
Everyone?
You heard me. Everyone. I'll be in the parlor. Let me know when everyone is in here.
Where's that gossip columnist?
I'll go find her. Your uncle told me he has an important announcement to make to everyone, and he wants everyone in here, so please don't leave.
Aren't you supposed to be making lunch?
No, I thought you were supposed to be making lunch.
Why would I make lunch?
Because I just got fired.
Speaking of lunch, I just opened a bag of cow manure. And speaking of cow manure, I just vacuumed the hallway outside your room.
There you are.
There you are. I thought we were supposed to be at the pool.
I was at the pool, but no one was there.
Why were you at the pool? You were supposed to go to the study.
I did go to the study, but no one was there, so I went to the pool.
But you weren't at the pool when I was there. Did you go back to the study?
No, I never went back to the study.
Wait, I saw you go down up to the study. That's why I didn't go down to the pool right away.
When did you see me go to the study? You didn't even arrive till after I had left the study.
If we just had a few more minutes, we could have completed this whole interview. I don't understand why we have to come here now.
I noticed a bookcase in the hall with leather-bound volumes of Clearly Nells by Sir Walter Scott. It's a beautiful addition. Are they part of the library, even though there's a bookcase in the hall?
I suppose so.
This is all very strange. What's this about? Miss Grudge said my uncle had to make an announcement. Is this about the will?
I don't think so. I know about the will. I don't know anything about the announcement.
Well, you're his lawyer.
Well, you're his niece.
So when are you going to tell me about the will?
Here I am. How nice to see everyone.